What's going on, guys? Dawkbro back again. Hope you're fantastic today. Hope you're doing well and Happy New Year. It is 2024, everybody. Let's hope it's a great year. 2023 was great for games and indie titles and FNAF and Bendy. It's looking like it's going to be a great year for Bendy. Announced a Bendy movie is in the works, which is insane, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And of course, the next Bendy game, Bendy The Cage, which has also got a Steam page, a YouTube video, a teaser trailer and everything. So we're going to talk about that as well. We don't really do videos about Bendy, so I thought, you know, I'm excited for The Cage, so let's get into it. The first thing we've got to talk about is Bendy is coming to the big screen. Radar Pictures is making the movie, which is really exciting. We don't know whether this is going to be live action or animated. It's really cool that more indie titles are getting deals with big companies to make movies about them. It's really exciting because obviously we've got the FNAF movie, which was a huge success. Bendy and Poppy Playtime as well. Poppy Playtime's had a movies in the works too, so it's really, really exciting. Radar Pictures did both of the Jumanji movies, the recent ones with The Rock and Jack Black. I really like those. I enjoyed them, especially the first one. They also made The Last Samurai as well. Wow. Guys, I love The Last Samurai. I always cry at that movie at the end, as that's pretty cool. They've made some pretty prominent movies. Made like a modern version of Jumanji. Jumanji in these remakes is a video game. Making an indie horror game movie. We'll see what happens. Horror movies, I don't know. They made Bill and Ted, damn. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how they take it. I hope it's horror. We'll have to see how they do it. Are they going to take the same take as FNAF, where they make it more of a PG movie? Or are they going to make it a bit more scary? We'll have to wait and see, but it's still really exciting. And Meatly, I wish you all the best with the movie. Stick to what you want, you know, all the best, exciting. Now moving on to Bendy The Cage. First things first, we're going to watch the announcement trailer that came out in October, and then we'll talk a little bit about the plot. It's really interesting, and I love the concept of this. Bendy The Cage, let's do it, guys. There it is. Bendy. Joey Drew Studios.
We all know how it ended.
That's Henry, guys.
How Audrey stood against the ink demon. How we all came to her rescue in the nick of time.
The ending of the second game.
But how did we escape the pit? How did we get away? Now there's a story.
Okay, then there's Henry, guys. So, oh, guys, this is going to be creepy, I think. You'll see in the Steam page in a minute some of the screenshots. Really cool. If you don't know who Henry Stein is, that is the main protagonist in Bendy and the Ink Machine. That's who we're playing as in the first game. So really cool that we're playing as Henry again, Joey's partner. Bendy the Cage is a first-person psychological horror game that takes place during the events of Bendy and the Dark Revival. That's really cool, and I really love when games do stuff like this. So this is taking place during the events of the Dark Revival. We're going to be playing as Henry Stein, while Audrey is roaming around doing her thing. An easy example is if Steelwool did another DLC for Security Breach where we play as Gregory during the events of Ruin. Cassie's doing her own thing that we've already experienced, but now we're playing as Gregory during the same time period, if that makes sense, where we're going to be playing as Henry Stein during the same time period as Audrey, when Audrey was in the Dark Revival, if that makes sense. That's really cool. I love stuff like this, and I am guessing we are going to see Audrey at some point during this game. So this is the first screenshot. It's of this creepy, terrifying monster with like a saw trap on his head, and he's like glowing red. So yeah, this does look like it's going to be more creepy. Terrifying ink monster with glowing red as well, with red eyes. So yeah, it looks like we're in a tunnel area or something. It looks like we're holding an axe. So yeah, the axe is back, isn't it? Oh, we've got a pipe as well, so it looks like we're going to have different items. But look again, I think this is the same creature because he's got the cage thing on his head, a bat with a saw blade on top of it or something. So yeah, these definitely look more deadly compared to the Dark Revival, holding sharp, deadly weapons to try and kill Henry. And the next one is the axe again, and it looks awesome. There's already a Steam page out for The Cage, which is crazy. So there's no release date just yet. but it does look like it's going to be coming out pretty soon, like in a few months' time, I'm guessing. I do think because it's during the Dark Revival, I do think Henry's going to go into some similar places as the Dark Revival. So maybe that sped up the process because, you know, they've got the same map layout and because they've got the same maps that have already been made for the Dark Revival and they're just making Henry explore those same areas. So similar assets, similar maps and stuff like that. Maybe that sped up the process of this game. I don't think I've seen this area before though, this one. I don't know. Screenshot 4 is of Sammy, and as you can see, the axe is there, right? That is the same axe. So I do think we're going to steal the axe from Sammy. Sammy Lawrence will play a more major role in the story of Bendy the Cage. I can confirm this for sure. He will be restored to his Chapter 2 creepy glory. Can I get an amen? And maybe we steal his axe or something, or he might help us out at the end. I don't know. We know Sammy and the gang were all there at the ending of the Dark Revival, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, Sammy is back, and apparently he's going to be creepy, and he's going to cause us some problems. These ink monsters look more aggressive and creepy. You know, they haven't got the glowing eyes or anything. They're just red and angry. I don't know if that's like the inks mixed with blood or something, or they're more aggressive, more terrifying, but they do look great. They do look a lot more creepy compared to the other ink monsters that we faced in the past 2 games, mainly because they're not glowing. They haven't got the glowing eyes anymore. They're just pure, they're like red and they look bloodshot. Yeah, you can see here we're using the axe to defend ourselves. So yeah, combat is back. And yeah, I do think this is Sammy's axe. We'll have to wait and see. There was a critique in the Dark Revival with the combat. It does look like in the cage that the combat is improved, attacking these ink monsters where we can block attacks and stuff. So yeah, Bendy the Cage is a fearful story of Henry and his escape from the Keeper prison known as the Pit. The darkest souls have been banished to this deep hellscape of metal and blood. There we go, there's the blood. Survival will require you to fight the madness before it devours you whole. So yeah, that's why they're more red looking, because they're mixed with metal and blood. The Pit was in the Dark Revival, basically where all the ink monsters, Sammy, everybody was, you know, it's basically like a prison. The game is literally about how we escape the prison, the Pit, as Henry. That's really exciting. I don't know how it's going to end. Maybe the end of this game ends at the ending of the Dark Revival, where we meet up with everybody at the end and help Audrey. I don't know. Or maybe that point will be in the game and then it continues and we see what happens with Henry after that. I don't know. This is definitely looking scarier than the Dark Revival. Mainly because of these new enemies. You know, they look way more aggressive. They're not glowing, they're bloody. So yeah, that is basically it for today's video. I'm really excited. I do think this is going to come out in a couple months' time. The Steam page is up with some screenshots, and I'd say they've been working on this for at least 6 months or something. I do think we're going to explore the same areas at some point as Henry instead of Audrey. Obviously, there's going to be some new areas as well, but I do think that's why, maybe that's why it's already almost finished. Is because there's been a lot of reused assets and stuff, but I don't know that 100%. It does look like it's a separate game. I did originally think that this was going to be a DLC for the Dark Revival, but it looks like it's going to be a separate game completely. So, really excited. And of course, we'll be playing it on the channel. I think what's going to happen next is the trailer. We'll definitely react to that on the channel when it comes out. Really exciting. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Are you excited for the cage? Are you excited to be playing as Henry again? The OG. Really exciting. Take care, lots of love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.